So in the Data and API tab, as we saw in tables, the AI already set up these tables for us and populated the tables with some fake data. But the other very nice thing it did in the projects table, for example, is it set up table views. So here you can see in this tab, the label of the tab is projects with task counts. And so if I click into this, this is what we would call a table view. And the very nice thing about table views is we can very easily display the data in a table view in our interface. So if I switch back over to the interface tab, the AI has already set this up for us. However, how it has set it up is if I click into this list of projects and I go into this main styling tab, in the items here, it's bound the items and it's bound it to that table view. So the project with task counts table view. And so the data we see in our interface is whatever data is inside of this table view. And so I could ask the AI to set up whatever table views I like, or I could set them up myself. So for example, if I wanted a table view that only shows me projects where I am the owner of the project, I could add a new view. I could call it projects of user. And then I could filter for only records that belong to me as a user. So records where I am the owner. And to do something like that, I could add a filter and I could add a condition and I could say where the owner ID is, and I could bind this. So the value we want to filter for is dynamic. And for the value to filter for in this user object, I could choose the ID. So basically the ID of the currently signed in user. And then if I press save, this table view will update. And I see no records because I'm not signed in as the user who was linked to those fake records. But if I just check who that user is, and so the owner ID ends with BB. And so if I just go over to my users table, the BB user is this Jane Doe user. And so in that table view for projects of user, if I now preview this as the Jane Doe user, you can see I see all of those records. So the table view is working as expected. And now there's two other cool things that we can do with table views. The first is that we can get data from other tables that reference this table. And what I mean by that is that, as you can see here, if I just go back to this base data tab of my table, you can see we don't have any kind of tasks column. We don't link a task to a project within the projects table. Instead, in the tasks table, here is where we link a given task to a given project. But then what if when I'm getting data from my projects table, even though we don't have a tasks column, I still want to get some kind of data about the tasks linked to my given project? Well, in a table view, I could do this. So if I switch to this table view that the AI initially set up, very handily, it already set up this linkage to the tasks table. So you can see here for each project, we get all of the tasks that are related to that project. And how it does that is that when you're in a table view, in this columns configuration, you can see you have access to all of the data references of this table. So you have access to the direct data references in this given table. So for example, in this projects table, we link to users via this owner ID column. And so here we have that as a reference, and we could enable this to then get data about the given user. But we also have data that is referenced by, meaning there's data in a different table that references back to this table. So in this current application that we have a project members table that links to this projects table. But as mentioned, we also have this tasks table that links a given task to a given project. And so if I wanted to, I could enable this, and then I could get all of the data of each task linked to each given project. And then the very last cool thing you can do with table views is you can utilize parameters. And what I mean by a parameter is, let's say in this table view, I wanted to set up some kind of search filter where the user could pass a search and we would then filter the projects based on whether or not their name matches what the user is searching for. But what I could do is I could add a parameter and I could call this search, and I could save this. And now within filters, I have access to the value of this parameter. So I could do something like adding a condition, and I could say where the name of a project contains, and the value I want to match against, I could bind this to be the value of that search parameter. And in the case of a search filter like this, I only want this to apply if the user is actually trying to search. So if they don't pass a value for this, that means they're not trying to search. And so I can toggle this on to ignore this filter if the given value is empty. So I can press save. And to test this works, let's say I want to search for website, so we should get this record back. If I search for website, you can see I get that record back. And if I was then to search for mobile, you can see it correctly matches again. And the very handy thing about this is that now, whenever we fetch this table view from our interface, we can pass a given search value. So if I switch back to my interface, I'm going to set up just an example workflow on this text just for a second. I will delete afterwards. In a workflow, when we fetch a table view now, so I could go to from data and API, go to table view fetch, and I could go to projects, and I could choose our projects with tasks table view like so. Here now, you can see we automatically have the ability to pass a value for that search parameter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask AI to set up a search bar on the page that uses that table view with the search parameter we just set up. So the AI has full context. I'm going to press this plus. And within this pop-up that opens, you can pass in extra context to the AI. So you could pass in basically data from a project that you want it to be contextually aware of. So in my case, I want it to be aware of this projects with tasks table view because I want it to utilize it now. And so I could then prompt it with something like, I want to add a search bar above our project cards on this page. And whenever someone types something into the search bar, I want to call the projects with tasks table view. So I want to fetch the table view and dynamically pass in whatever the person has typed into the input as the search parameter for that table view. And then I could send this off. And so that is now set up. And as we can see, there is now a search bar at the top of the page. And if I just look at this search bar, I can see the AI has set up a workflow where basically when someone types into this input, it calls this search function. And as you can see, it calls that table view and passes in a dynamic search value, so whatever the user has typed in. And so if we put this into preview mode and I was to type something into the search bar, so if I type website, as we can see, that searches correctly. And if I was to try mobile again, as we can see, that searches correctly. So this projects page is now set up, and the next step in the case of my app is I want to build a project detail page. So when someone clicks this view project button, they get taken to a dedicated page for that given project.